Wonderful people, thank you again for being with us today. Yes, and today is another troubled day. Even though we are glad to be here, even though we have gratitude, we're so honored to be alive, to take that breath. But then again, we're faced with situations, we're faced with conditions, we're faced with so many different obstacles each and every day. We're talking about the storms. We're talking about um, quiet storm, perfect storm, and raging storms, and any kind of storm that come after you, because storms are meant to be in a destructive form, a destructive format. But all storms are not really that destructive, but still underlying, just like the whirlpool, the riptide, underlying, the quicksand, underlying is meant eventually to take us out of here. And this is the same as we're talking about depression, because we know that depression is the second largest form of disability, especially here in America. Yes, and just about I would say anywhere else in the world, because this is not a confined situation. Not only just in one place or locality, but worldwide, you'll find depression in many, many different cultures, many different situations. Some maybe a little bit more, I say, happier than we are, because they don't have the problem issues, the thing that we see every day. But we're facing with trials and tribulations on a daily basis. It seems like we're going, coming, and barking at the moon, and don't know what's going to come around next, and always anticipating wrong things, and bad things, and disastrous things. It seems like an everyday thing. We've gotten so attuned to evil, so attuned to disasters and destructive situations, is that we anticipate them. Just like we were talking about in our meetings and our messages and things about infidelity, cheating. Well, today you get married, you expect to be cheating eventually, sooner than you think. So it's something that in the past, no, it was until death do us part, until you got sick or something like that, and you couldn't do anything. You wind up in a nursing home or something like that. But then the spouse always stayed close by. You know what I mean? Unless it's a war didn't take you away, or some disaster didn't take you away, y'all live forever until that time comes when you have to take that trip. But today we expect that when we get in the car, we're gonna have an accident, and you think about that having an accident. You go down the road, you're looking at the mountain, falling rock zone. Our minds are so messed up and so in tune to some form of disaster that's coming about, that may come about. So we're looking forward to that. It's almost like an anticipation of something that's going to happen really, really bad, quicker than we think. So this is why we want to talk about these things, because even in our lifespan, even our daily life stuff, we don't have that peace, we don't have the quietness, we don't have the love and the joy and admiration of being beautiful, wonderful people, because down the road we're gonna get aggravated. Down the road, I mean, like before you can get out of the house, sometime something's gonna happen to stir you up. Something's gonna happen to has it make you itch, and so you have to scratch your back and tick you off, something like that, right? So anyway, we just want to let you know that even though depression is a bad thing, even though depression can take you out of here, it can ruin your life, ruin your marriage, it can ruin relationships. Depression is no joke, but it's something that you can maybe handle in a sense of speaking, but you got to be prepared for it. And that's why we were talking about before, preparing for marriage, preparing for life, preparing for relationship. It's something that you don't just wait until it come upon you. This is not like the flu. But even in the flu, pneumonia, stuff like that, We can take shots to try to offset it, warn against it. You can take some kind of medication to build up your immune system, and all good stuff like that. But depression, yes, you can get your mind in a situation, in a place, whereas ah, you can cope with it a little bit better. You can cope with depression before it hits you because we let too much stuff pile up on us. Our minds are clogged up, our minds are overwhelmed, our mind is overrun, our mind is boiling over with stuff, stuff. And different things is not really good stuff. It's like these are negative thoughts, negative being, negative doing, uh, all type of toxic waste matters, like a dump yard. So this is what depression looks like. So we get to the place where we don't want to be bothered, we don't want to say nothing or do nothing, and then we blame it on other people sometimes, or either we just there and they could care less. And this is what happened. Even how you said the people in the world, people up and down the street, walking around depressed to the end, and sometimes, many times, they don't even know that they have depression. They don't even know that they're on the verge of a shutdown, or put down, a letdown. They don't know it. We don't know sometimes when we're right at that point, whereas we're getting ready to go over the left side. So we have to go through medication. We have to go through this. We have to do that. Sometimes now they're taking up different uh, narcotics like smoking or drinking, even depression of some medication type things. You know what I mean? All these chemicals and stuff goes in our bodies. What about trying to ease up on the workload, ease up on that mindset? We're told to not to be thankful, not to think like the world thinks, but be therefore transformed by the renewing of your mind. We got to put away the way of thinking like the world, the way of thinking like other people think, like getting these things all depressed and uh, weighed down with different articles and items and lies and rumors and gossip and things that doesn't matter. And even sometimes they think that matter. Like, what can we do? Where are we? What can happen to us? Because too many times our ears are open to too many different situations, too many different objects and items. Seems like everybody's an expert on this, that, and the other, and we try to too much, absorb too much. It's just like any type of cloth or something. You try to wipe up a spill, and then you got to either wring it out or go get another piece of cloth. But this is how depression is. Sometimes we get overwhelmed, filled up, and then we try to wring it out with a false sense of, you know, trying to get rid of the situation, detoxing our mind, detoxing our spirits and everything. But what happened? We haven't not cleaned up completely, and then taking a rest so it can heal. Stuff is coming back in, and we're receiving it, and that's the point. We start to receiving too much stuff sometimes. So may I suggest, even now, before we even get into it any deeper, try to limit your receptive matter of messages, information, conversation, all those things that come about that was clog up and overwhelm, undermine our abilities, overwhelm us, and weigh us down. Because the weight of depression is no joke. There is dangerous and deadly. We're not supposed to say suicide, but you know what I mean. Sometimes we have to say what it is, what it is. But people are being unalive their own self, taking their own lifespan away from this earth because of the problems and issues, weighed down. See people that doing things to escape realities, escape accountabilities, escape the truth even. And then, you know what I mean? Like, it's just most of the time we're guilty, even, but even in our guilt, sometimes we just too overwhelmed and too weighed down to like say let it go or don't care. But then we're not supposed to like, well, I don't care. Never. It's called an attitude situation, trying to escape the reality of what it is. But how do we do these things? How do we just uh, come to a place of a clear mindset? How do we come to that place of just letting it go and then accepting the responsibility? But then again, sometimes we're going to get overwhelmed because those responsibility carries weight of, I say, just like going to jail or something, right? There's always consequences. How do we try to get away from the punishment of some of the things and the things that we do to, like, say, not to be punished to that degree? Well, may I suggest, feeding your mind with good things, feeding your mind with valuable truth, feeding your mind with the fruit of the Spirit, even. Yes, fruit of the Spirit. Feeding your mind with affirmations, positive affirmations. And then learn how to relax, learn how to rest, learn how to say, enough is enough. Learn how to uh, go about and close off some of the things, the intakes of the information and messages coming at you. Sometimes you just got to sit down, sit out, and go to a quiet place. And this is what I like about some of the scriptures where Jesus had to go up to the mountain, even though it wasn't a mountain, but even though he had to go to a place, a deserted place, which is a lonely place, and just take a break. Get away from this chaos. Get away from confusion. And we do that sometimes. We go on vacation. And what do we do on vacation? Have fun. Have fun. We're supposed to go to relax. We're supposed to go to chill out. We're supposed to go to meditate and get our mind clear. No. What do? Party, party. And then you run into the situation. The next thing you do, you're doing things you ain't have no business doing. So you come home more weighed down than you did when you left. And that's what happened. Or either you're concerned about what's going on, people lying to you, people setting you up, people doing this, doing that, and then you say, "Wow, why did I go on vacation? Why did I have to go there, spend all that money, and then come back home with a bad conscience, with guilt, shame, and all that stuff, and even be home with the same stuff, same thing, and down with no money." So, these are the things that come about, people. We have to think about these things. Think about them. Just like today, we see that times of going to, like, getting fast. Days like days is going fast, like years fast. Before just a minute ago, it was 2021 with the pandemic and stuff like that. Then 22, then 23, 24 came by, bam, just like that. What happened in 23 and 24? And here it is, 25 already. January, February, March, April. 4 months has gone by. It seemed like it was like 3 weeks. Wow. I'm telling you, this is something that we got to think about. But then again, we walk around like nothing is happening. Like, and you're looking at a future. You're anticipating things that I'm going to make money. I'm going to do this. I'm gonna. But the next thing you know, it's going to be June, July, August, September. Now, in October come is a harvest time. September, October, November, harvest time. But you haven't even planted yet. Here it is. May is coming up on us. And sometimes we haven't even planted the seed. So that just goes to tell you that We are behind schedule already. Now all of this political and uh, social stuff is coming upon us. All of this stuff, economical situation coming upon us. All of the debt is coming up on us. And what we're gonna do? We can't get together because next thing you know, everything knocking at the door, the phone is ringing, and then your email and your mail is like people are trying to hound you down, run you down, want this, want that, and people borrowing and want to borrow. And then the landlord, if you know landlord, the mortgages and everything, banks want that money. They only give you 30 days sometimes, 2 weeks sometimes, you know what I mean? And there's nothing coming in. It's depressing. It is depressing. And then here come these little voices in your mind and stuff like that. What you gonna do? Uh, what kind of strategy you make? You can't go to get help from anyone. Everybody can call used to call on you. Now you can't call on anybody else. All these things are piled up and put us in that place where we are in a fix. We are getting a double fix of life. But then take heed of the goodness, take heed of rest, take heed of the value of love, condition, take heed to the value of righteousness, take heed to the value of peace, and then where we want to be for prosperity. Don't worry about prosperity because we're all prospering. We're prospering if we build, if we prepare, if we conserve, consider, and then even our place where we want to not only say been prepared, but this is the place that we really, really, really have to come to the place where we are survivors, must prepare to survive. But we don't want to think about that. We don't want to think about putting things aside, putting things away, not to hoard, but to be conscious of not being a splurger, not being a place where we just doing everything to win, like big deal. So what? So what? That. Be conscious of what we are doing. Be conscious of it. You know what I mean? So be content in a lot of different things that we're supposed to be contented with. And then when all this information started coming at us, all these situations that it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, then you say, I'm in a good place. I'm in a good place. Hold yourself in a good place, but not with yourself, but with the power within yourself, with the power of love, with the power of goodness, with the power of righteousness, with the power of the Almighty. And we're going to have a conversation about, oh, well, you can't believe in this, you can't believe in that, and religious this and religious that, and social this and social that. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen, gonna. And you keep believing these things. As long as you keep believing these things, whether it be true or not, but the point of it is, who are you really going to believe? I can believe that things are going to happen, but where am I getting my information from? And then when I get the right kind of information, then I'll know how to prepare myself. I know how to divert the situation, whereas it could be on the same road, but I may have a little bypass road that I can get off and come back onto the main road, whereas the crash and all the other stuff would happen on the main road. I missed it. And this is what life is all about, missing those disastrous situations that's going to take us out of here. Think about those things too, other people. So let's get back into the word. Let's get back into scripture. Let's get back into reality in the life. Oh, well, you know how it is. This ain't right. That ain't right. How do you know? How do you know? There's one good thing I know about life. You don't know what's on the other side of life until after you end this life and find out what's happening on the other life. So why not believe in the good life? Why not believe that in a life that's going to be of value than to believe in the life that's going to be chaotic, confused, and disastrous? Right? Since we don't even know anyway, because we were supposed to have that assurance, we're supposed to have that confidence, we're supposed to have the faith to believe. So let's believe in the good rather than to believe in the negative. Keep positivity in your life at all times. Then say, well, I don't believe this and I don't believe that. Okay, that's your thing. But I believe it. And that's where it's individual situation now. Individually. Learn how to uh, have focus, learn how to have the confidence, learn how to have self-control, and learn discipline. Discipline. And then when we get to that place where we have determination, have a determination, say, I'm going to hold on the best I can. So, like we said before, you don't know what's on the other side of the mountain because no one has been over there in the mountain and come back and say, hey, guess what? There's a valley over there. You know what I mean? But until you get there, then you'll know. But believe that the good thing is there and also the bad things on the other side. So why should you believe in the bad thing when there's a good thing? Because the two cannot mix. The two cannot mix. So therefore, believe in the good, believe in the positive, believe that there's going to be some salvation, and believe that the fruit of the Spirit is better than the works of the flesh. Believe it. So when we don't believe this thing and then hold on to one and hold on to two of the other and hold on to this, then guess what? It's all going to be for nothing. And depression is just going to take us out. It's going to put us in a place. We're going to listen to those voices coming into our mind ahead instead of relaxing, going to the place just like what the Lord did, go up into the woods and just chill out for a minute. You know what I mean? And then power can come to you. And then when we get to those little powers, get to the big powers, little power, big power, and the light, then we'll understand and know, wow, this was true. This was true. And then believe in the truth, stay with the truth. And then you say, well, hey, I know that I heard that this thing over there is going to be disastrous. So I'm going to stick with the truth, the light, so that maybe, just for sure, that this is going to be what is needed. So stick with what is needed, stick with the truth, stick with the value of freedom, stick with the value of love, condition, and everything. Stick with the value of a good social relationship and a relationship one to another. Stick with the value of a good relationship with your marriage and relationship with your family, your community, and people around you. Stick with the value of a life because it's not yours to destroy, it's not yours to take away. So why would you end the life and then you don't know what's going to happen on the other side? Because therefore, I already told you that if you destroy your own life, it is destruction over there forever and ever. So hold on to your life. Face those challenges. Face those situations. There's things that are going to come that make you really want to get up out of here. There's one that sometimes you don't even have to want to get up out of here because the pressure and the power and all of the stuff that come upon you and overwhelm you, next thing you know, you're on your road to that situation. I know because I've been there. Been there. Gotten up out of my bed to go there to end it all. Wow. But thanks be to God that the message and the method of goodness covered me. Somebody prayed for me. Yeah, I don't believe in prayer, this and that, but you should. That's positive. Anything that's positive, anything that's good, and anything that's godly, believe it. Because it hadn't been for the goodness and the positive, I wouldn't be here today to talk about these things. I would not. So therefore, hold on to goodness, hold on to the value, hold on to the light, and be a better light, be the light that you're called to be the person that you were supposed to be, and then let go of the unnecessary garbage, let go of unnecessary information. Stop trying to dissect, overthink, and internalize all things, especially those negative things that be coming about each and every day, those storms that are coming. Because like I say, you're going to have those quiet storms, just about every day. Woo! Then it say count it all joy. Yo, whoa, wait a minute. But it's all right because now we have adjusted the value to these things that's coming about. Then we can rejoice because once you start to learning how to relax, learn how to rejoice, if those things come about, okay, so you don't have any money in your pocket. So everything is due. What you gonna do? Why worry? Why worry? Why let it bother you? Because what can you do? If you can't borrow a nickel from someone and you owe $5, look how many nickels that you're gonna lose. So you have that one nickel, or either you maybe need that nickel or do something else with it, and they have nothing. So if you don't have it, you don't have it. Put that mindset in your way, in your mind that I know it's gonna come, I know things gonna work out because I'm speaking things into existence. I'm speaking with faith to believe that it's going to come about the right way because it was told to me that you will never leave me or forsake me. It was told to me that I will take care of all your situations. It was told to me that cast all of my cares upon him. And my cares is that I need help. I need support. And I cast it unto him. Therefore, when you give it to them, then back off. But in the meantime, you just don't sit there and put the how you call it, put the porn on the computer. No, meditate, sing, dance around. You know, what I mean, that kind of good dance and everything. Just rejoice, rejoice, be happy that I gave my bills to the Lord, and I know that He's taking care of it. Because something's going to happen that's going to help me out. So He said, "You will not be homeless, you will not be naked, and you'll not be hungry." Even though sometimes my stomach is going to growl, but sometimes something's going to happen, and I know He's able because He said, "All of my promises are yea and amen," and you're able to fulfill every promise, and therefore leave it to them and stop trying to overthink, stop trying to negotiate, stop trying to anticipate disasters. Stop anticipating disasters. Be conscious of just surrounding which disastrous situation can be in the area. Know and be warned and forewarned of that, but don't leave your, how you said, put your all your information, put all your power into being prepared to defeat a wolf that is miles and miles and miles away. But then we'll start getting closer to your area, closer to your home, closer to your situation. Then that can say, prepare for the battle of getting rid of that wolf in your area. And it happened. It will happen because He said, no temptation that's coming that will not be. He will deal with it. He will provide a way of temptation, provide a way of escape for that temptation. So we're going to be tempted, and those are storms that's coming at us each and every day. Sometimes the urges, ah, the temptations, desires coming at you. But don't dwell on those things. And that's what happens. That's why we get overwhelmed sometimes with the negativity and then being depressed and then have anxieties attack because we get overwhelmed with those desires, with those urges, and we say, oh, we need. You don't really need it. Take an assessment of your life each and every day so that you'll know how to evaluate and get things together. Okay, we got other people. Thank you for being with us today. And you know, we need to talk more about these things. So depression can come at you and you don't know that it's even there. It's like uh coming down with a cold. So you have a little fever, but you don't pay it any attention. And this is what happens with depression. Things about happening, things start escalating, building up, if we don't pay it any attention. We pay everything some attention, but we don't have to get too deep into it. Be noticeable of it, and then be aware of it, so that now you know what to pray for, you know what to ask for, and then speak those things that are not as though they are. Speak the end result before it even happens. That's how our mindset can work with faith, with faith, and stop doubting and stop trying to overanalyze things. You know what I mean? We're not scientists who have to go with a microscope trying to dissect and tic tac and all this old stuff. You know what I mean? So just like let the Lord do his job and we do our job by giving him praise and glory, do our job by staying focused on what we need to stay focused on, which is to give him glory, give him praise, and then be grateful every day. He said, be thankful in all that we do. Whatsoever you do, give thanks. For this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. Whatever you do. All right? So with that in mind, wonderful people, thank you for being with us. Bless you. And then peace be unto you. Help us to love one another. Help us to get out of trouble. Help us to stay out of the dark places. But always seek the light because we are the light. Okay? Bless you, bless you, bless you. And also go to our website, People in Love MD, People, the letter N, LOVEMD on YouTube, and also our website, People, the letter N, LUV, People in Love, LUV.com, peopleinlove.com, a desire to excel ministry. Yes, above and beyond the ordinary, because we go above to where the eagles fly. Peace and grace and love be unto you. Bye now. Thanks for going, being with us. Bless you and all that good stuff. Yay, yay, yay. All right now. Take care. There you go. All right now. Mm-hmm.